Hi, I'm Ollie and welcome to this video lesson on how to play Cochise by Audioslave. It sounds like this. We're going to go through all the sections starting with the intro, which sounds like this. Okay, so that's sort of the helicopter effect that he does. So I'm just going to explain to you how he does it, and then it'll be up to you to go and get the right pedals and things and practice it. So, in terms of what he's doing on the guitar, he is muting the strings with his left hand. So you can just lay your fingers on the strings. So you're not fretting, you're just laying them on there so that if you pick the strings, it just makes a muted noise. And he's just hitting it with his right hand like this. The clever part is actually with the delay. So what we've done is set a delay to have one repeat and it's as quick as we can get it, and it's the same volume as the guitar. So if I do one hit, you can hear it's just repeating it. And the trick here is just to do it in time with the delay. So you get... And that's really it. What you can start doing if you're playing it, you can start maybe thinking about moving up and down to get sort of a sound that seems to be increasing in pitch. But yeah, the main thing is to get the delay set right, so I'll just do that again. You can hear it's really quick and the same volume as the guitar. If I do it without the delay, and with, that's it. And after the intro, it goes into the main verse riff, which sounds like this. Okay, so that is based around E minor pentatonic scale. It's notes from E minor pentatonic scale. Instead of playing it in the usual positions that you might be used to, he's playing it across the neck. Okay, so the notes we're on is starting on the A string, 7th fret, then down to the 5th fret on the A string, and then down to the 7th fret on the E string, back up to the 5th fret on the A string, down to the 7 on the E again, and then down to the 3 on the E string, and then open E. Okay, so that's the first half of the verse riff. Okay, so I'll just do that slowly and just say the frets. So it's A string, 7, 5, 7 on the E, 5 on the A, 7 on the E, 3 on the E, open E. Okay, so things to think about here is really which fingers you're going to use for it and when you move your hand. I think those first few notes there, it's good to do the 7th fret with your 3rd finger and the 5th fret with your index finger. And then do the 3rd fret on the E with your index finger. Okay? Because then you don't need to move your hand to get down to the open string. Okay, that's the first half. The second half just goes, just runs down the notes without going between the 5 and the 7. So the notes we're doing are 7 on the A, 5 on the A, 7 on the E, 3 on the E, open E. So that second half of it sounds like this. Okay, so all together we've got. After we've done the verse, we go into the chorus. There's just a slight modification on the second half of the verse riff to get into the chorus. It goes, so the first half is the same, then it goes, and then into the chorus riff. So we do the first half of the verse as normal, but instead of doing the second half, we do a D5 power chord, and then a D sharp 5 power chord, it's just a chromatic, so 1 up. but we're playing them as power chords with the 5th on the E string as well, so you get an even heavier sound. So the way to do that is for the D5, use your index finger to bar the 5th fret on the E and the A, and use your 3rd finger to bar the 7th fret on the D and the G. So you get this. And that's your D5. And then for the next chord, the 1 up, everything moves up 1. So you're going to go 6, 6, 8, 8. And you just play them one after another. Okay, then we go into the chorus. Okay, so he's still taking notes from the E minor pentatonic scale. We're just playing them in a slightly different place and moving the order around. So first note is, it's twice on the 7th fret on the A string, and then we're down to the E string, 5th fret, 3rd fret, open. So, and then it climbs back up. So that does 3rd fret on the E string, 5th fret on the E string, 2nd fret on the A string, and then open D string. Okay, so all together we've got okay, so I'll just go through it again slowly and say the frets as I'm doing them. So 7 on the A, 5 on the E, 3 on the E, open E, 3 on the E, 5 on the E, 2 on the A, open D. Okay, and the trick of this bit is it's got a really solid groove, a classic Tom Morello style. One thing that will really help with that is on this 3rd fret on the E string, so the second time we get to that, so there, do that as an upstroke. It'll just push you into the right kind of groove there. Okay, so just one more note on the chorus. It is quite tricky, that run up, because we're crossing across 3 strings, 1 note on each, and that's quite hard to do at speed. So another place to play these notes, if you wanted to, is on the run up. You can go 3rd fret on the E, 5th fret on the E, 7th fret on the E, and then 5th fret on the A, and then you're up to the 7th for the other time round. So. So they're the 2 options for you. And so after that first chorus, he goes into the solo, which sounds like this. All right, so we're back on to the same effects that I had in the intro. So I've got that same delay. And I've got the EQ just set to give me a boost as well. But I'll do it without the delay now so you can clearly hear what I'm doing. And then when you turn the delay on, it will just sound like that. So it is. So we're starting on the 2nd fret of the G string, and you're just bending it up a semitone twice, so quite slowly. Okay, and the other thing that he's doing is this speed picking, which is called tremolo picking, okay? Or if you like, tremorello picking. Basically, it's just picking as fast as you can on 1 string. The key to this, I think, is don't tense up your right hand. When I'm doing it, I'm actually doing it more of a rotation of my right forearm rather than trying to do it just from the wrist or just from the elbow. It's more of a rotation, which I feel like you can get to quite a good speed without it tensing up. That's the first half of the solo, and then it jumps right up an octave on the same string up to the 14th fret, and then we do the same sort of bend, so semitone bend. And we just do it, speed up the bend, so we do it 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then end on the unbent note, but always with the tremolo picking. So. Okay, I'll try that again without picking the other strings. Okay, I'll do it with a delay again, and you can hear what it sounds like. All right, so that's the solo. After that, we're back into the verse and then into the chorus again. And then after that, we've got the middle 8, which sounds like this. Okay, so this is basically 2 parts. The first one is a B octave. So to play this, we're going to hit two B notes that are an octave apart, and they are on the 9th fret of the D string and the 7th fret of the E string. And we go. So you're just playing one after another. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that goes around 4 times. And then we switch to an E octave, which is 7th fret on the A string and open E string. Around 3 times, and then it just switches to. Okay, so it's the same 2 notes, but we do them on the beat now, so. And then end on a D5 power chord, which you're going to do 5th fret on the A, 7th fret on the D, and 7th fret on the G. Okay, and then a quick note on the effect that I'm using here. I've got a whammy pedal set so that it's not affecting anything when it's heel down, so we're getting the same note. But when it's toe down, it's dropping it an octave. So I'm only doing toe down there on the lower of the two notes. Okay, so that has the effect of dropping it in, even further. Okay, and same on the E. So I'm doing toe down, so dropping it an octave on the open E string, and then bringing it back up, heel down, so no effect on the power chord. All right. After that, we go into the verse riff again. Oh, sorry, the chorus riff again, but it's just the guitar playing, and there's just a very slight modification to it, where instead of doing the first note as the first 2 notes as just a single note, we do them as power chord. And that's going to be an E5, so open E string, 7th fret on the A, 9 on the D, and 9 on the G. Okay, so it's the same thing, it's going to be slightly tougher because you've got to get all the way up for this power chord. After that, everything kicks back in and we go back into the normal riff, still chorus. And then to end it, we just end on 2 of that power chord again, the E5. So open E, 7 on the A, 9 on the D and G. And that's the end of the song. So good luck with that. It's a couple of really, really great riffs in there and some cool effect stuff as well that you can play around with. So as always, just take it slowly, especially with that tremolo picking stuff, until you can do it comfortably, and just watch that you're not tensing up. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you next time.